Here we are, January the 26th, 2017, under the Auto Parts Store of Knowledge. And as we illustrated in part one with O'Reilly's, which is not the first run-ins that I've had, because I grew up in Council Bluffs, and I've had many purchases with that store. So, for the fact that two things: they print receipts that disappear in ink, and then two, they conveniently lose what you purchase inside their system. So it also leads me to, if they take it out of their system, then that's probably how they're eluding taxes. So anyways, now I'm having to go to AutoZone to repay after 3 months. That hasn't even been 3 months. A headlight, which will probably cost me about $20, give or take $15 to $20. All because they want to bring in these cheap ass parts so they can continue, so they can break down and continue taking money out of your wallet. Last time I knew, in terms of our court system and laws, that's called being a thief. So I haven't had an issue with AutoZone, so this will be, in terms of a lesson of knowledge, is stay with what you know is true and solid. And the other man, he didn't, since I wasn't in his system, he didn't even remotely pick up the phone to call the company in Council Bluffs, Iowa, to see if there was a miscommunication somewhere. He just basically said, "Oh, flip out another $20 bill there, mister." And I just said, so me being me, they definitely got a word from my 2 cents worth, because I won't ever step inside their establishment ever again. So now we're down to AutoZone. I haven't had any issue with them. So that will conclude part 2 of, basically the moral of the story is eliminating stuff that just drains you, nickels and dimes you, which is associated with the car. And then you have to work 2 and 3 jobs. And then you have to bring in a 4th job because you're paying for all these extra parts for when your car breaks down. And I have an issue with this Chevrolet, this Impala. It's like your bones work fine, but everything else on this freaking piece of crap Impala is like every part on here is, every time you turn around, you're replacing this. And you replace these things, $600 there, $300 there, $200 there. It's like they designed the car so they can nickel and dime you to death. I can't begin to tell you how pissed off I am at Chevrolet. And it was like, if I was going to have a car, the newest Corvettes, I was actually considering, I could see myself in that. After experience with this car that was given to me by my mother, I wouldn't have a Chevrolet if you gave it to me. It's like, you're guaranteed for it to break down, one thing after another. And you say, well, we don't make these parts, we send it overseas. I find it interesting that these other cars, like Toyota, I drove a Toyota Tacoma for almost 15 years, and the only thing we replaced in it was a starter, and it cost them $200. So, yeah, like Trump has said, we need to start making things in the United States so we know we got good quality stuff. And we know what we're getting. And we're not having to be nickel and dime, and then you wonder why we're at nearly $20 trillion in debt. Because of incompetent and lazy people in all facets. So I'll end it right there because I'm mad as hell. Mad as a redheaded stepchild.